Mr. President, the Alaska State Senate yesterday passed a bill that would establish March 12th, today, as Ashley Johnson-Barr Day, to be held each year. Ashley Johnson-Barr was a 10-year-old, beautiful little girl from Kotzebue, Alaska. And Ashley was probably one of those happy kids who loved purple, thus my purple scarf and purple jacket today, and just one of those beautiful young children growing up in Kotzebue who would have gone on to have a good, productive life and in a Inupiaq community in the northwestern part of the state. But Ashley Johnson-Barr is remembered now because at the age of 10 years old, she was brutally raped and murdered. She was literally taken from the kids' playground there in Kotzebue and taken to a location not too many miles outside of the community. And her death, the tragedy around the circumstance of how she left this world is one that is an open and a raw and hurtful and horrific scar on Alaska communities. It is a reminder that in my state, a place that is a place of extraordinary beauty with beautiful people, there is a darkness that is very, very difficult to talk about. And that darkness is reflected in the statistics that we see when it comes to sexual assault, domestic violence, and more brutal acts of murder inflicted, unfortunately, in a disproportionate way on our Native women and our Native children. Yesterday, here in the Senate, we passed two measures that I've been working on for a period of time now. Savannah's Act is legislation that was initially brought about through the good work of my friend, the former senator from North Dakota, Senator Heidi Heitkamp. Heidi and I worked on Savannah's Act for a period of time. It is designed to improve coordination among all levels of law enforcement, increase data collection and information sharing, empower tribal governments with access to necessary law enforcement databases in cases involving missing, murdered Indigenous women and girls wherever they occur, whether they are in a small, remote village or in our population centers. Savannah's law was passed through the Senate in the last Congress, got stalled out in the House, and so I took this back up along with the help of my friend from the Senator of Nevada, Senator Cortez Masto, and so working with her, we have now been successful in, again, moving that through the Senate. It also traveled with another measure, a bill that was co-sponsored by sponsored by Cortez Masto and co-sponsored by myself. The Not Invisible Act improves the engagement amongst law enforcement, tribal leaders, federal partners, and service providers. We also designate an official to coordinate efforts across agencies and establishing a tribal and federal stakeholders effort to make recommendations to the Department of Interior, Department of Justice on how we deal with this, how we combat this epidemic of disappearance, of homicide, violent crimes, and trafficking of Native Americans and Alaska Natives. This is something that we have been trying to shine the spotlight on. We are making significant progress in headway in Alaska thanks to the efforts and the heart of Attorney General Barr. We have seen federal funds come our way. We have seen commissions and a coordination amongst stakeholders that is truly unprecedented. But we have much, much, much work to do. And on this day, when in Alaska we are recognizing the very short life of a beautiful child, Ashley Johnson-Barr, I thank my colleagues for working with us on these matters, helping us move Savannah's Act and the Not Invisible Act, and working together to do more as we deal with those who are trafficked, those who are assaulted, those who are violently murdered in their homes and in their hometowns. We have much work to do, but good coordination and good cooperation moving forward. With that, Mr. President, I yield the floor.